Hi, I'm Tim from the GCC library, and I'm here to talk for just a few minutes about generative AI tools like ChatGPT. These tools are increasingly unavoidable in the world, and you're probably using them even if you don't know it and even if you don't choose to. For example, the AI summary that you see now in a Google search is one of these AI tools. And this technology will probably change the world and will probably change the way that we learn over time. But at this point, we still really don't know what those changes will look like. And now, I'm not an expert. I'm not here to tell you how to think about generative AI and these tools, but I would like to propose two ideas to help you navigate them in college. First, know what these tools are useful for. And second, know what your professors expect of you and follow their policies. So first, like every tool, AI is good at some things and bad at others. For example, it's generally bad at math and it's terrible at connecting ideas to real life. But one thing it's really good at is exploring complicated topics. For example, here I asked ChatGPT to give me a list of the 5 most prominent critiques of cognitive behavioral therapy. And in the past, you would have had to know a lot about psychology and psychotherapy to answer this question. And is ChatGPT's answer perfect? No. An expert would have a different perspective, might point out problems with this answer. College level work always requires that we go deeper, but it is an interesting new place to start if we're thinking about the pros and cons of this style of therapy. The second point, I spend a lot of time talking to GCC faculty about students using AI as a shortcut and not learning the skills that they'll need later on. And there's a certain amount of evidence that this is happening in higher education. At GCC, individual professors have different policies related to AI, and they may have different policies in different classes. They design these policies to make sure that students are getting the key skills that they need. So guideline number 2 is know what these policies are in all of your classes and trust that they exist for a reason. And if you have questions about a policy, you can always ask your professor about it. The situation with AI is changing very quickly. Our policies and perceptions will change over time to the extent that I will probably have to remake this video in a few months. It's ultimately up to you to decide how this tool fits into your life, but your professors and your librarians are here to help you figure that out.